What is good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? This is your boy Big Sid, and I'm here with another gameplay. I know it's been a couple weeks, but we will get back to Doki Doki, but I really wanted to play the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and play this here on the channel. I did the complete trilogy of Phoenix Wright. We're on our Facebook gaming page, but I'm doing these ones live as I go through them. And yeah, let's have some fun. If you guys don't know about the Ace Attorney games, check them out. They're old, but they were new to me in 2019. I fell in love with Phoenix Wright and the characters. So here we are. We're going to start a new game. And let's see what we get into here. We've got some animation to start this one. Nice.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation.
The first one has some great cases in it. A lot of comedy, some shocking moments.
And some was swept away by the
but I'm hoping that this one is as good. I heard it is, but I've kept away from all spoilers and everything. Whoa, someone just got shot. Huh? Oh, what did you do?
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Hey! I don't know who you are, buddy, but I hope I get to know you. Why you shoot people? Episode 1. The Adventure of the Great Departure. (22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendants, Antechamber 5. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors of this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? What? Oh no, nothing. Save your glass, murderer. Sorry? My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I know I butchered that, but it's okay. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yumai University. 3 days ago, I somehow find myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, until the judge has given his verdict on the case. No one has the right to treat him as a criminal. I have a sword. I will stab you in the eye. So you will hold your tongue. Psh, technicalities. So the voices like this are going to bounce around a lot because I have a short memory when it comes to voices. So I eventually fall into place with some, but yeah, they're going to be different a lot. Psh, technicalities, look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. So, right. Ryunosuke? Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry. Are you stupid? What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. I'm very nervous here. And you have a very nice bandana. But really, Kasumi, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Ha 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 ha. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. So I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. So in the first one, you had Phoenix Wright, who was the main protagonist in the thing, and one of his childhood friends was one of the top prosecutors of the court. His name is slipping my mind right now, but it was always a good time. You've been all over the newspapers these past few days. You, my university professor, murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent. What about you, Yusuke? I made you start calling him Rai. Kazuma Asagi, my best friend. Also in the second year of Yuma University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergrad. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyer is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. My qualifications don't mean much, yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when this all started. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're going to get a study abroad at last. I know. Been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. Because I kick ass. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world? I'm really happy for you and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. Excuse me. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire? I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City in London together. I'll buy the first hookers and blow. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. I have a hooker appointment here in about 10 minutes. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea, after all. Not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, bub. Oh, partner? It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Hi, Shacho! Oh. Soge, may I have a word? I hope there's a man. Okay. Hello. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Soge, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You're advocating for the defense of this trial with a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Haha, yes. She's hot, ain't she, Ryu? Yes, she is. Alright then, Raisuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes. Oh, yes. Thanks, Kazuma. Whenever I hear the name Kazuma, I think about the fucking bear in Tekken. Why the fuck are you looking at my young lady friend that way? This is awkward. If I may? Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Were you Ryu Naruhodo, I believe? Yeah, that's right. My name is Eugene Mikotama. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yuma University. Ah, Professor Mikotama. I've heard that name from Yakuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Okay, I need a different voice for this guy. Why, yes, Asogi has told me about you. You and her are best friends, I understand. Huh? Who are you talking about? As such, I feel you should know. No what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. So if you fuck up and he fucks up, you stay here forever. What? As I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. Oh, he's agreed to defend me knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has chosen a large number of applicants for overseas studies. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even if it's in the most favorable circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear it. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. Oh, but then what should I do? Well, clench your butt cheeks, cross all your fingers and toes, and just have a roaring good time, young man. Naturally, I'm going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so... As soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what will the question be? Surely not. Surely not? Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. I do. See, our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. That is a fucking long word that I butchered, so yeah. So allow me to summarize. Zuma Asagi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as a defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? You already found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Zuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgivable trial. Alright, we are the one only chance to prove my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny! Alright, so now we're heading into the court part of this. Alright. So this is a courtroom? No, it's somebody's bedroom. The Supreme Court Adjudicator, no court in the land, has more power. I don't much like to look at those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial is closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? So that way they can shoot you. It'll become clear in time, but for now. You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Order! Ah, shit. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Nahohahodo. Ah, yes, the prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, There's one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedures for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I'm obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question my professor meant. But then if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I am standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who advocate. Shit, I shit myself. Can I go to the bathroom? What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryu Naruhoro, will be defending myself. You'll be what? Dun, dun, dun. Why are you playing like this, Ryu Nasuke? Professor McCoy told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said the Adrian studying rod would be dashed if you were to lose. Motherfucker. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? Well, there was that night in college. Yeah. No, it's not like that, really. It's just well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Fuck you. Yes. I knew that's how you feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Makoto should have stuck his nose in. Order! Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. This very shows that the defendant is innocent and so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still. Try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated the most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. According to the highest standards of conduct are expected of all present, do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you may have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning more than I am. So, let's start with a simple list of questions. Yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd like to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous. I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ryo Nasuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. All these relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. Hit triangle, you dick. It's simple. It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of R1. If you find yourself forgotten something, just consult it. It's all in there. I just had to press R1. I didn't know we had button prompts for humanity. Court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. This is a list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to the people instead of R1. Bah. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press circle to go back. So the victim is John H. Wilson. Alright. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Don't be a retard and fuck this up. Now you better not keep your extra waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press triangle to present. Try it now. Is this you? The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to UMI University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has built a nice trail. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yuma University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education, have you no honor? But I didn't do it. And this case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So why does this trial have these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. I need to start reading the names. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Dot, 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 dot. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go say hello. Hello! So I go to the professor's table. Hi! And introduce myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Excellency. How did the professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death, obviously that was, Ryunosuke. Remember that, in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Check your court record, you piece of shit. Find a piece of evidence that shows the professor is the president. Do it now. So that would be yes. Yes! Well, According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to a gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it? Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, the doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm going to be tested for any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into our law record. The photographic picture of the victim has been entered into the court record. So that's a photographic print. That's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Shut the fuck up. Very well, I'm satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Yes, certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, prosecution hereby calls first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it then. Think I may worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikatoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When you were speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asagi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Why did they allow you to bring a sword into the courtroom? You know you can murder everybody. He's already been sticking his order in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you give me would greatly appreciate it, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein that crazy look of bewilderment in the control of the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course. My name is Satoru Hasunaga. I am the head waiter at the Western Style restaurant called Le Carnival. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, It's a regular occurrence. It doesn't really bother me. Well, it really should. As everyone knows, the Southeastern Quarter was developed to foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels and accommodate overseas guests. The grim crime occurred in one of this district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery, 3 days ago. That is correct. Understood, Hosonaga-san. You will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Aspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We had few dinners at that time of the day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there was only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in my memory of it too. This was hardly anyone else in the place. I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. Bang! A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. What had happened was, I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on, let me clarify something here. While I did pick up the gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness report of what he saw, you amateur. But... the next time you're up at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Minasu. You have a chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point, waiter, standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today? Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? I had to snort this cocaine off my towel real quick, but no. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman at the university student. Huh? Wait, what did you just say? There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at the table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed? I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do?
Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. I told you not to interject, you bitch. Dear me, what are we going to do with you? You're blatant disregard for court proceedings. I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. A fraud? Could it be the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer at all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Oh, Sanaka-san, is there really a chance you were mistaken? Perhaps your memory of the events is hazy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. I am bleeding from the mouth. Let me see. A sketchy established layout drawn by yourself, I presume? That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very facetious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan added to the court record as evidence. Well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Subject Caesar is shaking him. The way his business card has been entered into the court record. So, the court had not heard of the priestess of this case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking for a black and white case here. Huh? Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called the waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court, but I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution will have decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who are present at the scene of the crime. But you said there was only a couple people there. That makes no fucking sense. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, when we found guilty one way or another, it seems. Would it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Look, stupid. Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual about these peculiarities. You said it, Professor Makogo said it so as the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then the defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? You fucking quitter. The battle hasn't even begun yet. Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then you'll see how decisive the evidence really is. Indeed. Professor Ayuchi, please continue with the proceedings. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I could be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution called its next witness. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. What the fuck are you? Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant, Ayasa Nosa, reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employee as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade for Ratsutai, a humble premises in the 2nd District, Kiyurio Koikuta at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Most of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea to the most exquisite aroma to the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because of the high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be the seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner, in which can only be described as an act of war, sir. There's a black uniformed rogue infantry man over there unloaded his firearm, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, is this a decisive evidence the prosecution is threatening? The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear from the formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Standing, be ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories from most Arabic afternoon. what the witness saw. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant. We were having tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to this military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, like a cowardly weasel. He was shot in the front, dickhead. I was on my hands and knees, investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. So I didn't see jack shit. Well, see, you saw the split second when the defender fired the weapon at your victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What time we live in where an English gentleman may be assailed in broad daylight. Alright, so the other dude had a sword. This dude had a shank. And Nate's is sitting in court. Alright. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true? Were you in a suitcase? Yes. All I did was pick up the gun I saw lying on the floor. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking coffee. Then when I finished, I got up my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. Oh! I thought perhaps the professor dropped it. So I bent down and just as I was picking it up... BANG! So if that's the truth, there's obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who the criminal was. There is... Ryusuke, you must exercise the right to cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? Do it now! As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It's time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. Hi, I need deodorant. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands the right to cross-examination. What? Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? Objection! The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it, it is irrelevant. Nope. Kazuma is so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where your battle really begins, Ryu. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness's statement. How? You didn't fire that gun, which means what the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but... Just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right. Evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Do it! Now let's go, Ryu. Don't let them beat you. Alright then, it's all or nothing. I found a lie during his testimony, so I know which one to do, so. What the witness saw. Not that one. Not that one. It's what he said. I shot the dude in the back. Because now we have that picture showing the bullet went through his chest.
Yes!
Bam! Oh, you smell like a pig now. Oh. What are you playing here, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache? Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense? What can this possibly tell us we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. Come on, dickhead. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in the grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. Oh, please. Sure, there's no required explanation. It could be more planned. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Kazuma, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from the single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Iasanosa. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian from the back like cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes!
But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well... why does he have a baby on his back? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back. He pushed it back down again. Certainly, there was a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? The baby made me do it. Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Dude, can you shut your kid the fuck up? Until this moment, I heard the fire and discharge. My eyes were firmly fixed on the distance of the cardboard stick. Sir! What? The last test would occur. I heard of one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iosanosa, did not see the defendant firing the gun at all. That's absurd. I think the conclusions we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. It has been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. But I definitely saw him. A university cadet is pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Myself, I've already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Treasure? Oh, yes. Indeed, the Holy Quackmon, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitual to place in the bottom pocket a particular trinket of interest on my shop, Rasputin, in the hope of meeting a rich man who might like to buy it from me. On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I preferred my holy treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not, but I was presented with a little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished. Ah, my coin. The common vanished? Hunting around under the table I was in case it had fallen there, and then it happened. Alright, peeps, I gotta cut this off here. I am very tired. I haven't slept in a couple days. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell. I will finish this part of the trial probably Wednesday. So I want you all to have a good night. I'm out. Deuces.